thought I would make some Chinese pickled cabbage. It's something you get when you go to a Chinese restaurant. Sometimes it's cucumbers. They do it with cucumbers, but a lot of times they do it with cabbage, and that's what I'm going to make. It's very good, very refreshing, and not too difficult to make. I've cut up the vegetables. This is the Napa cabbage. I cut it in about 3-inch strips. So I've got a whole bowl of this. I cut up 3 carrots and made them into matchsticks, very fine matchsticks. So I've got the 3 carrots cut up here. And then I've got 2 onions. These are Vidalia onions, or sweet onions, that I cut in 1/4-inch rings. And then I cut those in half. So they're half moons, and they look like this. So I've got them in this bowl here. Now I'm gonna put them all together in this big Tupperware bowl. And I'm gonna just throw some in here, both of them. The carrots, the onions. And then I'm gonna sprinkle some salt. I've got 1/4 of a cup of salt that I'm gonna sprinkle in between each layer. So I've got that layer done. So now I'll get some more of the cabbage. I'm gonna put it in. Press it down because I've got a lot of cabbage there. I'll get me a handful of carrots and sprinkle them in. I'll get a handful of onions and put in here. And then I'm going to get some more salt and put it. So I'll do another layer. So I'll get some more cabbage. In fact, this will be the final layer before I toss everything together. So I put all the rest of the cabbage in here. I'll put the rest of the carrots in, and I'll put the last of the onions in. I'm all together, and I'll put the remainder of the salt. Now this salt is going to draw the water out of the vegetables, and when it does it, and I put them in another solution for the pickles, they'll be crispy. Okay, it's been 2 hours. I ended up having this it's a big heavy clay pot filled with water, very heavy. So I put that on top of this salad bowl, plastic salad bowl, and then I had it pressing all the stuff down. So here it is. It's kind of hard to see, but this was filled all the way up with the vegetables and the salt, and now it's about half what it was. So this is wimpy stuff. You can tell that it's good when you can bend it like that and it doesn't crack. So this is all ready. Look at that. You see how I'm able to bend it, doesn't crack. So the water's come out of the vegetables. And now I'm gonna take it over to the sink. I'm gonna kind of toss it a little bit with my hands, but I'm gonna take it over the sink and I'm gonna wash it off really well to get the salt out. I've rinsed the vegetables. I did it 3 times, filled it with water, swished it around, poured it out. And so now most of the salt is off the vegetables. They did its trick, they're wimpy. And now I'm going to I still want to get a lot of the juice out. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to spread it out on a towel that I've got. I'm just taking it all out like this, and I'm going to put it on a towel, and I'll be rolling it all up into the towel so that I can dry it. There it is. It's got all the vegetables on the towel there. Flip this towel over it to cover it up. So there's a towel on the top and there's a towel on the bottom. And now I'm going to roll it up and we'll let it sit. Okay, I have the vegetables drying. This towel is soaked. And so I'm about ready to make the pickles now. I've got a heavy saucepan here, And I'm going to pour in 2 cups of water. And it will dissolve the sugar. I've got 1 cup of sugar here. So I'll place it in. And now I will add some bay leaves. Now these are optional. I've got a bay tree in my yard, so these are fresh. And I just got a handful, probably about 10 little ones here. And I'm going to put these in here just to give a little bit of flavor. I'll take these out before I make the pickles. I won't leave them in there. And this is the time, if you want to, if you like hot pickles, you may want to put some pepper flakes in. I would probably put a 1/4 teaspoon in, or this is chili garlic sauce that I have. That would do the same thing. So in fact, I think I'm gonna not put much in there, but I'll put a 1/4 teaspoon. That's not a whole lot, but it will add a little bit of flavor. So there it is, 1/4 teaspoon. I'm gonna put the mixture here. The water is boiling. All the sugar is dissolved. So I'm gonna turn the burner off. The bay leaves are still in here. And I'm gonna add garlic. I've got about 3-4 cloves of garlic, a little bit more than a tablespoon of garlic. So I'm gonna place it in here. I'll stir it up. I'm gonna add 1 cup of vinegar. So again, I've got the garlic I added after it finished boiling, and I'm going to put 1 cup of vinegar. And this is the distilled white vinegar. Distilled white vinegar. I've got a cup, so I'm gonna pour it in here. And then finally, I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now this has some salt in it. I washed as much as I could. I'm gonna add just a little bit more salt, so I'm gonna add it to it. And now I'm gonna stir this and let the flavors go together, let them meld, and then I'll be ready to pour everything into some jars. Now it's time to take the towel. It's got all the vegetables in it, and I'm gonna roll it out. The way that this towel is soaked, it took a lot of the water out. And so I'm gonna slide it here. And grip it this way here. And now we have all the vegetables. Let's move this camera down a little bit so you can see it. So you can kind of see all the vegetables there. Stuff it as tight as I can. Just push it and push it and push it. You push it until it feels like the bottom of the jar is going to be pushed out. You want it in here tight. So there we go. We've got this one. You want to have some head space at the top, so you don't want to fill it all the way up to the top, but you want it to be tight. So that's what it looks like. It really is pretty. Look what I ended up with. I've got 2 full quarts. This is a 1.5 pint container, a little bit smaller than the quart. And then I've got a pint container. I'm ready to ladle the juices over the vegetables. And so I'm gonna mix it up because I want to get the garlic when I do it. This liquid is still kind of warm. I'm going to take the bay leaf. We don't want that in there. That's one. I'll fill the next one up. Okay, that's the second one. The third one. And the final one here, the little one. Put some in it. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to seal it. There it is. So I'll put the lids on the rest of these. And let them sit for a couple of days and then I'll taste them. I know they're going to be good.
I am at my house. It's a few days after Dad made these pickles, so I'm excited to try them. They've had a little while to, I guess, marinate with the pickling solution. So this is what they look like. They actually look really good. You can see the carrots in there. I don't know that I actually grabbed an onion out of here, but at least I got the carrots and the cabbage. There might be an onion somewhere down in there. Let's go ahead and try it. It's really good. I don't know if you can hear the crunch, but it's got a nice crunch to it. It's not soft at all, which is good because I'm not a huge fan of like really soft vegetables. I like there to be a little crunch for the texture. I definitely can tell that there's the sweetness from the sugar in there, but the vinegar balances it out, or maybe it balances the vinegar, one or the other. But that's delicious. I might actually take another bite. Yes. So get some liquid on. Yeah, you guys can see that. It looks delicious. I would highly recommend this. It's great as an appetizer or as a side dish. Or just a snack if you're interested in that. It does taste a little Asian-y, but not too much. I mean, really, it just tastes like a really nice pickled vegetable. So even if you're not into Asian food, you still like it. So I definitely give it, oh, we can't see this thumb, but I give it 2 thumbs up. So, and that's my dog music, so it's time for me to go. This is the culprit of all that noise. This is our Airedale Terrier music, mine and my husband Ray's. So Glenn's grand dog. And so while you're looking at this cuteness, I just want to say thank you so much for watching today. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please be sure to do so and give us a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Comment below, and we will see you guys next week.